What if I told you that the single worst year in human history wasn't during the Black Death or even the World Wars? Historians agree that the year 536 AD was a year of almost unimaginable suffering. A mysterious darkness fell over the earth, crops failed, famine spread, and disease soon followed. Some even call it the true beginning of the Dark Ages. So, what happened in 536? And why do experts still call it the worst year to be alive? Let's dive into this forgotten catastrophe. The year the sun disappeared. Contemporary accounts from all across the world, Europe, the Middle East, and even Asia, tell of a terrifying phenomenon. The sun dimmed. For more than a year, daylight looked like twilight. A Byzantine historian, Procopius, wrote that the sun gave forth its light without brightness, like the moon, during the whole year. Imagine waking up every day and the sky never brightening, just a hazy, ghostly light. For centuries, no one knew what had caused it. Was it divine punishment? A sign of the apocalypse? People at the time had no answers. But modern science suggests it wasn't supernatural, it was geological. Ice core samples from Greenland and Antarctica reveal massive volcanic eruptions around 536 AD. These eruptions spewed ash into the stratosphere, blocking sunlight across the northern hemisphere. The Earth literally cooled. Temperatures plunged. Researchers estimate that 536 marked the beginning of the coldest decade in the last 2,000 years. The results were devastating. Crops failed in Europe, the Middle East, and even parts of China. Widespread famine set in. Ireland's records mention a failure of bread from 536 to 539. In China, snow fell in summer, and harvests withered before they could ripen. Millions faced starvation. The disaster didn't end there. The volcanic winter set off a chain reaction of global crises. By the year 541, just 5 years later, the Justinian Plague, one of history's deadliest pandemics, swept through the Byzantine Empire, killing as much as 1/3 of the population. Many historians argue that the environmental collapse of 536 weakened societies, leaving them more vulnerable to disease. This worst year had long-lasting effects. The Roman Empire's eastern half, already struggling, was hit hard, accelerating its decline. Trade routes were disrupted. Some historians suggest this dark period helped trigger mass migrations and political upheavals across Europe and Asia. In short, 536 reshaped the medieval world. So, which volcano was to blame? Evidence points to a massive eruption in Iceland around 536, followed by more eruptions in 540. Together, they created what's now known as the Late Antique Little Ice Age. The combination of eruptions, famine, and plague made the mid-6th century one of the harshest times humanity has ever endured. It's haunting to think that a single volcanic eruption could throw the entire world into chaos. But 536 teaches us how fragile civilizations really are, how dependent we are on stable climates and global connections. It also shows the resilience of humanity. People survived the famines, rebuilt their communities, and carried forward. But for those who lived through 536, every day must have felt like the end of the world. So, the next time you think about the worst years in history, remember 536 AD, the year the sun dimmed, the earth froze, and life itself became a daily struggle for survival. History often warns us, the greatest threats can come not from wars or kings, but from the earth itself.